So as we continue with my series on the Marvel power hierarchy, we continue now with the remaining multiversal beings and various cosmic entities. Beginning with Altez, where the Living Tribunal serves to ensure the cosmic balance of every universe in existence, Altez is the multiversal custodian who ensures the proper order of the multiverse. To sidetrack here, where we as the reader would assume that the various universes of the multiverse just exist out there and float around, instead, there is an organized structure designed to keep these various universes from simply falling out of existence. Now, where Marvel and particularly writer Jim Shooter are being extremely ambiguous about this, the fact remains that where Altez possesses power on par with the Living Tribunal, because his role is marginal in that he doesn't actively participate in the goings-on of each individual universe, he simply remains hidden from view and has only appeared during the 2002 six-part series The Infinity Abyss, which centered on his death and a new custodian being appointed to take his place. Moving on to Anthropomorpho and the Dimension of Manifestations, this realm exists outside of all the multiverse, but serves as a central location which can be accessed by cosmic entities. Covered in Quasar number 37 from 1992, where Marvel Comics tells us that the cosmic entities like Eternity, Infinity, and others are able to take on a physical form in order to communicate with mortals like Doctor Strange, Captain America, or Quasar, or else take place in cosmic battles like the Thanos Imperative or the Infinity Gauntlet, these bodies are not inherently a part of the cosmic entities. Instead, they travel to the Dimension of Manifestations where they're given physical forms by Anthropomorpho, and as a result, while Marvel doesn't give us an explicit ranking per se on what he's capable of, the fact that Anthropomorpho exists to create bodies inhabitable by the vast energies of the cosmic entities indicates that at the very least, he exists on their level, but in a multiversal form. Having said that, we begin to move away from multiversal constructs and begin focusing on beings which exist within their own universe. And something I'd like you to keep in mind is that unless it's stated otherwise, your assumption should be that each of the characters or groups in this video going forward into future videos have a version of themselves that exist within each universe of the Marvel multiverse. So getting into the cosmic abstracts, these are beings that we refer to as Eternity, Infinity, and so on. Now, something to point out here is that these cosmic abstracts have their own hierarchy from weakest to strongest. But because of the power that they possess, even the weakest of these beings have power far beyond all earthly beings, with the exception of Franklin Richards, Mad Jim Jaspers, and the Molecule Man Owen Reese. Beginning with the top 5, these beings are Eternity, Infinity, Oblivion, Death, and Galactus. Beginning with Eternity and Infinity, these two are different sides of the same coin, and that Eternity represents the growth of the universe from the time it came into existence up until it ends, and Infinity represents the passage of time within the universe. Conversely, Oblivion and Death function in a similar capacity, and that Oblivion represents the absence of life, which is to say the time between the end of the universe and its rebirth, and Death represents her namesake in the idea of dying. Finally, Galactus is actually not a cosmic entity per se, but does represent the balance between the constant expansion of the universe through eternity and the death of the universe through Mistress Death. Now, something to point out here is that while all of these various entities and beings mentioned in this and the rest of the videos can be killed, because Mistress Death is the representation of death itself, it's almost completely and totally impossible for her to die. The only exception to this rule that I know of came during the Thanos Imperative storyline when Marvel's heroes from an alternate reality called the Cancerverse had succeeded in destroying that reality's version of Mistress Death, cutting off access to her realm, leaving everybody in that reality incapable of dying. Now from here, we travel into the realm of smaller cosmic abstracts who represent different facets of the universe. For example, Master Order and Lord Chaos represent the opposing forces of Universal Order and Universal Chaos. While these concepts represent everything from a highly ordered universe where all planets are the same, and the universe's inhabitants all think, feel, and believe the same thing, to a completely chaotic universe where the planets have screwed up structures and its inhabitants function without logic or reason, the opposing forces of Master Order and Lord Chaos exist as balance in the form of the In-Betweener, who serves to ensure the cosmic balance of the universe. Following this, the entities of Mistress Love, Sire Hate, Entropy, Epiphany, Empathy, and others all represent the different emotional aspects of the universe and its inhabitants, but again, all of these different entities are still wildly powerful and dwarf the abilities of most all of Marvel's Earthbound characters, minus those of Franklin Richards, Mad Jim Jaspers, and the Molecule Man Owen Reese. With that being said, we're going to bring this video to an end, and what I want to do here is, because a lot of the information contained in this video is abstract, because it can be very confusing or difficult to wrap your head around, I want to open the floor and I want you guys to start asking questions based on things that you don't understand. And what I'll do is, in next week's video on the Marvel Power Hierarchy, I'll literally just turn that into a Q&A video, and what I'll do is I'll go through the comment section and I'll grab some of the questions that I think are the most prominent ones, or the ones that are deserving of the most attention, and I'll basically answer those questions as best I can to ensure that you guys have a better understanding of the information that we talked about in this video. But with that being said, I will catch you guys later. Peace.